because of the leadership of your group. And so we're building on it, looking at research opportunities now. Now, let me give you a couple of examples of some of them day to day. I wrote the unemployment expansion, the $600 extra per week, each week through the end of July. It really went on for four months. And as most Oregonians were following this note, we've had enormous tech problems with respect to the Oregon Employment Division that is really responsible for getting the benefits out. In other words, I wrote the law, we provided extra money for implementation of the law, but the law requires that the states actually get the money out. And some of the tech that they've had is literally from the Bronze Age. At one point, Secretary of Treasury said something along the lines of, Ron, you know, you do this tech stuff and COBOL programming must be 20, 30 years old. I said, Mr. Secretary, COBOL programming is 60 years old. And yet this is the kind of technology that we're dealing with in terms of getting these lifeline benefits out to people. And thousands of Oregonians, as of today, still have not gotten their benefits. Then, of course, in the last 10 days, we have dealt with unprecedented fires and extraordinary wind and heat. And, you know, I saw communities reduced to ash and cars that were melted. You say to yourself, how hot does it get before a car, you know, melts? And so part of what we have to do is make sure that we get the latest in innovative technology to our first responders, the drones, the thermal imaging cameras, so that they can use it to better protect lives and property. A third area that I've been heavily involved in is with Election Day 6 weeks away. There are some real questions with respect to cybersecurity and voting machines. Oregon is way out in front of the country in terms of vote by mail, but we're still, even in our state, having to wrestle with the question of online voting. I will tell you, I'm extraordinarily opposed to it. I think the prospect of an open connection to the internet really makes it likely that our ballot boxes end up in Moscow. So I continue to proselytize for the proposition that we have to make sure that there are hand-marked paper ballots and not online voting that raises very serious questions of hostile foreign powers getting access to our votes. Finally, there's a question of healthcare, and one of the aspects of the last few months that has been positive is the extraordinary hope that we've got with telemedicine. I recently introduced, as a ranking Democrat in the Finance Committee, legislation to establish that mental health care and access to it would be a legal right in America, secured through telemedicine. Part of what we have to do to make that possible is we have to make permanent some of the reforms that we got in the coronavirus package early on. We need to make them permanent. The good people at OHSU have been helping, and special hats off to their psychiatry department that's been telling me about some of the ways in which the insurance companies have gamed the parity law, the law that calls for parity between physical health and mental health, and when they do, services are denied. And finally, I just want to close by talking about a problem that every single organization in America, whether it's the United States Senate or TIO or anybody else, has got to put more time and more effort into it, and that is to ensure that there is a broader array of voices inside your organization, that you're doing everything you can to reduce racial disparities in your field. On the Senate Finance Committee, I've led efforts on this kind of topic, and there is an urgency here associated with weeding out racial injustice that cannot escape the full attention of every single organization in America, whether it's the United States Senate or TAO or anyone else. And I know that you all have moved to reflect that urgency by adding a variety of new voices to your new board, and I think that's particularly important. So let me use that as kind of an opening salvo. If anybody has a fast question that they'd like to raise, we can take that, or otherwise we're going to vote in a minute or two and how to be off. But Skip, to you, you are someone who has put in so much sweat equity in the cause of TAO, in the cause of looking at trying to bring people together to talk about technology policy and to do it in a way that keeps the focus on innovation rather than partisanship, and it's something I appreciate. Any quick questions?
Well, Senator, we really appreciate your willingness to join us. I think we've got about one question that I saw that was sent over, so we'll send that over as well. It's about vaccines. I might require a little bit more of an in-depth response, but we're going to be moving on here, I think, to our voting portion of the meeting, but really appreciate your time and kind words for all the work that we've been doing. As all of you know on this call, Senator Wyden's been an amazing partner over the years for the tech sector here in Oregon, and his remarks are a testament to the hard work that he and his team are doing day in and day out in DC. So thank you, Senator, for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Skip. To be continued.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So next up, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor again, RFPIO, and ask Angie Earle, who's the Vice President of Global Marketing at RFPIO, to say a few words. And we were going to make sure that she had put together a video for us, but due to some technical issues, we are going to have audio alone. So we'll be running that next.
Welcome to the Technology Association of Oregon's annual members meeting. I'm Angela Earle, the Vice President of Global Marketing at RFPIO. I met TAO 7 years ago when I was working at a local marketing agency. Through the founder, I met Skip. The two had been working together to grow a marketing community among TAO members, and I was happy to get involved. Over the next 2 years, I worked alongside my friend Nate Rupert to build a thriving program that served to educate, connect, and inspire members. Around the same time, another friend, Ganesh Shankar, founded RFPIO, a SaaS company purposed to change the world of RFP response. Ganesh was looking to connect with others in the Portland tech community, and I thought it made sense to connect him with Skip, because let's be honest, Skip knows everybody. In that moment, none of us realized the importance that introduction would play. Skip would forge the relationship that led to RFPIO's first paying customer, Smarsh, a fellow TAO member. And here we are, 4 years later. The scenes of Portland's tech community have grown into a thriving forest, and RFPIO, a once small software company, is a market leader, serving the Fortune 500 and supporting more than 90,000 users globally. Today we are sponsoring the 2020 annual members meeting to say thank you. Thank you to Skip, thank you to TAO, and thank you to the community. Though RFPIO has reached far beyond the boundaries of Portland, we remain rooted here, Portland grown. Later today, you'll have an opportunity to network and meet others in the TAO community. I encourage you to attend. I know it may seem strange to network virtually, but we need each other. And as RFPIO's story proves, those connections can have profound impact. For now, I invite you to open your conference at home kit, fill your mug with a morning beverage, pull on your fuzzy socks, and get ready for a day of connection with your fellow TAO members.
A big thank you to Angie and the entire RFPIO team. I know that there are 50 lucky members out there enjoying a morning wake-up kit with a mug, coffee, some fuzzy socks. I've got mine here. I'd now like to introduce the TAO Board Chair, John Kochevar, who's VP and CIO at Portland General Electric. John?
All right. Hey, thanks, Skip, and good morning to everybody. Thanks for being here for the 2020 annual member meeting. It was great to have Senator Wyden kind of kick us off this morning, and it just really talks about the importance of the role that we play in all of the members. So I'd like to welcome you again to the member meeting. I'm excited to be taking the role as Board of Directors Chair as we navigate a new status quo and an acceleration of trends that will transform the way we live, work, and learn. TAO sits in a unique position in the community, as all of you know, supporting the region's tech industry at a time when conversations about digital transformation, scaling and sustaining companies, and growing and attracting and retaining diverse talent are front of mind for all of us. We've got an opportunity and a responsibility to help participate in and shape a new future for Oregon that's more resilient, innovative, inclusive, equitable, and diverse. And so we've got a great group of technology leaders from all around Oregon and Southwest Washington serving on the TAO board, moving all of these initiatives forward. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the new TAO board of directors to the membership. So I'm going to invite each new board of directors member to introduce themselves. I'll call their name and then they'll just take a minute to tell you where they work, what they do, and what they're most excited to do serving on the TAO board. So why don't we start with Heidi Egert.
Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Heidi Egert. I co-lead Nike's Global Technology Innovation Team. Very excited to bring Nike more into the fold of the tech community in Oregon. Few people may know Nike is actually one of the largest tech employers in the state currently, so we're excited to get more involved with TAO. Thank you, John and Skip.
Great, thank you, Heidi. And then how about Charmaine Gilroy?
Good morning, everyone. Charmaine Guillory here. I work at Supply. I'm a director of marketing and business development there. Super excited to be on the board and really looking forward to helping increase diversity, equity, and inclusion across the tech sector. Thanks, John.
All right, terrific, Charmaine. Thanks for joining us. John Miko.
Good morning. I'm John Miko. I'm the Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer for a company called Alacrity Solutions. We're based in Eugene, Oregon, and we're an insurance services company. And I'm very excited to join the board. I've been working with TAO for many years down here in Oregon, and excited to help out. Thank you.
All right, John, thanks. How about Javier Ruiz?
Buenos dias. This is Javier Ruiz, co-founder, CEO of Carzado and SiteRank Systems. Carzado is an online retailing experience in the automotive space, and very honored to be part of this elite group, and looking forward to, as a resident of McMinnville, helping TAO grow its reach in the Mid-Valley, connecting the greater Portland and greater Eugene ecosystems with Corvallis, Salem, McMinnville, and Newburgh, which I think that there's a lot of expansion that can happen there. So very proud to be here, and thank you for having me.
All right, Javier, great to have you on board. Brian Toll is next. Brian is not able to join us this morning, but I've actually worked with Brian before. So Brian is a senior practice leader for Amazon Web Services, professional services. So he's helping customers move at the speed of Amazon to realize their desired business outcomes using the AWS cloud. Brian joined Amazon in 2015, and over the last 5 years, he's held multiple leadership roles, and he currently leads the US West application migration and modernization practice. Prior to Amazon, Brian was the senior IT leader at the Les Schwab company. So he lives in Bend and represents the innovation economy out of Central Oregon. So he's excited to join the board. We're excited to have him. So with that, I'll hand it over to Mike White next.
Hey, what's up, guys? Mike White here. I'm the Mid-Valley Venture Catalyst, working with entrepreneurs by connecting them to people, programs, and capital resources that help scale their business. I'm also a serial entrepreneur. Own a food product right now in 200 grocery stores, also working on a tech startup myself, SaaS program, integrating, working with farmers markets and grocery store chains. I'm really excited to do that. Feel more than blessed to be in part of the board with your organization. I'm really going to be focused on diversity and inclusion in the Mid-Valley, working with underrepresented entrepreneurs. So thanks for having me.
All right, Mike, thank you. And welcome to all of our new board members. One of the things I love about TAO and what we do is just bridging, whether you're a multinational or a startup or, a service company, it's just a great opportunity for all of us to network. And and we'll be doing some more of that in just a few minutes here. So please join me in welcoming the 2020 TAO Board of Directors class. We look forward to working with you as we all build the region's inclusive innovation economy. So thanks again to everybody for attending this morning. I'm going to hand this back over to the TAO team. So Skip, please.
Thanks, John, and welcome to the newest members of the TAO board. We really look forward to working with you all. So we'd like to spend the next 15 minutes or so sharing updates on what our year of 2020 has looked like so far. Here's a little teaser. It's been very much online, and what we have planned for the remainder of the year and rolling into 2021 as well. Still online for 2021. We've hosted 127 events, including over 60 online events in the second quarter alone. We rolled out an online community engagement platform, which has over 3,000 members currently using it each day. We created an individual membership to keep tech professionals who are in transition engaged and involved in the association. And we led an advocacy effort as well on behalf of local tech companies who were demanding police reforms on behalf of their employee resource groups who represented Black employees in an effort to ensure our communities are safe for all tech employees. We also organized 86 separate conversations with federal, state, and local officials, 87 as of this morning with Senator Wyden, including Oregon Treasurer Tobias Reed, Oregon Senator Lou Frederick, State Representative Julie Fahey, and Governor Brown's Chief of Staff, Nick Blosser, just to name a few. We also tried to work as best as we could to help folks who are looking to transition into tech careers, as well as folks who are in transition one tech job to the next. So we put together an event with over 250 job seekers in a virtual format that had over 20 companies participating who are looking to hire. And tomorrow we'll be celebrating our annual Oregon Tech Awards event. It'll be the first ever live streamed version of the event. I know the team here, we're all very excited for that. And of course, there's more to come in 2020. We'll be doing some highlights a little bit later on this call of some stuff we're excited about for next year. The TAO team was throwing a lot of curveballs as well this year, and I just want to take a moment to thank the team for all their hard work, their dedication, their long hours, and their ability to rise to the challenge over the last 8 or 9 months. They've really done a great job of ensuring that our community stayed well informed and had the resources they needed to navigate this crisis. So now it's my pleasure to turn this over to Kara Snow, who's our Chief Community Engagement Officer, and she's going to talk a little bit more in detail about some of the stuff that we've been working on in 2020. Kara?
Thanks, Skip. Like many organizations around the country and the world, we've questioned our inclusion and equity strategies in light of the calls for racial justice. We have analyzed our staff, our board, our spend, our speakers, our partnerships, and our messaging in an ongoing effort to be more diverse and center the voices of Black, Brown, Native, and people of color in the technology industry. We will continue to do the work in diversity to make sure that tech is more diverse, as well as our own organization, and we're going to take a moment to share some metrics about ourselves in the spirit of transparency. So our first slide is our board of directors and how they identify themselves. Oh, wait, we're on staff, just kidding. I saw one thing on the slide and one thing on my notes. So there's our staff diversity. You can see that we're predominantly white women. We have a small representation of multiracial and a small representation of LGBTQIA. We are a small staff. With 7 folks, we don't anticipate there being a huge shift there, but we are aware that that means we need to make sure we have other voices that are influencing our programming. So then we looked at our spend from 2019, and we looked at our speaker diversity. Okay, my script is a little different. That's totally cool. we can go to speaker diversity, that's fine. We did look at our spend in 2019. This is obviously going to be much different than, I'm just going to pause. Look at my cute dog behind me, everybody. That's what we've got going on. All right, speaker diversity. So we analyzed our speakers for this year. We were actually pleasantly surprised. It's a 60-40 split of men and women. It is 77% white, 21% non-white. We have a lot of area for improvement there. We have made that concerted effort, and as we are talking about speaker diversity, we are analyzing our speaker guidebook, looking at how we can pay our speakers who do not identify as the historic majority, and ensuring that our members and partners that ask us to promote their events are also being mindful of what voices are being represented at the table. So this goes through our Tech Awards tomorrow evening, which we're really excited to have a wide variety of speakers from across the innovation economy. So we're happy about that. And then we'll go ahead and go to our spend. This is going to look different in 2020 because spend obviously has looked different this year. But when we look at where we're spending local versus non-local, we do support our economy at a much greater rate than we support other economies. Our CEOs of the companies where we spend money are predominantly white and predominantly male, and we will use this baseline to come up with a metric of how much we are going to shift in terms of that spend over the course of the next year. And then lastly, should be our board of directors diversity. Or, nope, we never got that. All right, so stay tuned. We will share that in an upcoming blog post or a newsletter. So it is coming. Outside of our diversity initiatives, we have stayed true to our mission and strategic plan goals in spite of this global pandemic. So our strategic goals this year included delivering exceptional value to our members. We have connected with 70% of our membership year to date, which is inspiring given the fact that we have over 450 members around the state and Southwest Washington. We have a record number of members that have joined in 2020, and we're not just talking compared to, any year, we're talking about compared to all years. And we've leveraged our digital assets to streamline everything from registration to live chat, partnering with our members, including Cvent and Ruby receptionists. We've been scaling our talent development initiatives. Year to date, we've supported efforts to maintain state funding for engineering and computer science courses for degrees at Oregon's public universities. And we've hosted over 200 job seekers in a job pitch for 20 member companies. And Skip alluded to it earlier, we've also created an individual membership for folks that are transitioning and want to stay and find jobs in the tech ecosystem. We have also strengthened connections between tech and place, hosting 2 virtual design sprint hackathons focused on rural innovation and equitable solutions in response to COVID-19 for our community. We hosted our Global Tech Jam, which was supposed to be in September, that became the Techlandia Summit, went online and had over 500 folks from around the world attend, including 300 that attended a Juneteenth conversation. And we've compiled a resource guide highlighting the ways member companies were helping the community respond to the COVID-19 crisis. And then lastly, our Tech and Trust Initiative, where we're building trust in technology to make the region's economy more resilient. We engaged with the City of Portland staff and elected officials throughout the development of legislation banning facial recognition technology in Portland. We've served on the Attorney General's Data Privacy Task Force to provide recommendations regarding consumer data privacy legislation for Oregon, and we won a TECNA Innovation Award around policy innovation in North America for that work for 2019. And we've also organized a twice-weekly resiliency series to connect our members to policymakers and discuss initiatives and policies to make the region more resilient. We have spent a lot of time on member benefits, and with that, I am going to hand it over to Skip to talk through some of those.
Fantastic. Thank you, Kara. So we've spent a lot of time on member benefits and revamping them, and we've added several, including access to executives and residents. So we've greatly expanded that program, which includes a diverse team of subject matter experts that are available to our members and have subject matter expertise in a wide variety of subjects and job functions. Another thing that we've done is we launched on-demand webinars for our members, and this is in our Mobilize member engagement platform. And we're very excited about this. Big shout out to Justin Martinez on our team for innovating on this one. It was a brilliant idea on his part, and we've had a lot of great success in rolling it out so far. And then finally, all our online programming is free for our members, and I'm excited to debut our new website, which launches today. And Ruthie Ditzler, who oversees marketing for us, among other things, is going to take it away next. Ruthie?
Awesome, thanks, Skip. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so the TAO team is really excited to launch our new website. It was designed and built by Gravitate Design based out of Vancouver, Washington. And our goal in redoing the website was to streamline everything, make it much easier to navigate and to find key information about membership and TAO events. So I'm going to go through and highlight a few of the new features. One thing that's new is there's a new pricing tool here on our website that helps you determine your annual membership fee according to the type of company and the number of employees that are based in Oregon and Southwest Washington. So you can go through and determine what your annual cost will be, and then you can fill out a membership application and pay all through our new site, which hopefully will make the renewal process much easier for our member companies. We also added a new section for member-to-member discounts. So it's now easy to contact us about providing a discount to our members, and TAO members can access the full member marketplace by logging into Mobilize. But we have listings here for folks to offer to TAO members. And then finally, there's a new calendar where both TAO events and member events are listed in the same place. So you can search for events based on the type of experience or the topic that you're interested in. It's a lot easier to kind of pinpoint exactly the area of professional development that you're targeting. And so the new site goes live later this morning. So please take a few minutes at some point in the next couple of days to check out techoregon.org and let us know what you think. If you have any questions or feedback, you can send them to us using the new live chat feature, which is thanks to TAO member Ruby Receptionist. And I'll hand it back over to you, Skip, to talk about some of the upcoming initiatives.
Thanks, Ruthie. That was an awesome job overseeing a pretty large project in redoing the website and getting the new one launched, so thank you. For the remainder of the year, we have a variety of programs that touch on various aspects of our tech ecosystem, including the live stream of the Oregon Tech Awards tomorrow night. And we also have a list of, I forgot to mention, Elizabeth on our team is dropping the link to the live stream into the chat. So for those of you who want to join in tomorrow night, feel free to grab that. And we also have a bunch of upcoming events that are open to members, like the Finance Series, and an event that we're doing next week with Oregon Business Council as part of the Oregon Business Plan Series, where we'll be highlighting some of the strengths and also challenges facing the region's tech industry going forward, and that'll help inform a lot of the policy work going on at the state level as it relates to economic development. So we continue to survey our members to understand the best topics and times of day as we continue to navigate a very fluid work environment and a work from home situation. And when we're planning our events, we're trying to stay attuned to what our members most need and want from us. As we move into 2021, be prepared to see new tools incorporated into our online events for even greater engagement, a focus on increasing member-to-member communications in our online community, and also partnerships to ensure you're getting the best content and thought leadership available. You can expect to see renewal invoices hitting inboxes in the coming weeks. And as we talk a little bit about the impact and influence of the organization, when I talk to folks who are involved, that's typically the main reason why people get involved. They have limited time, limited resources, and they want to maximize their impact in the community. So we've been convening tech leaders with local elected officials to address issues relating to downtown Portland, ranging from public safety to human health, homelessness, and the national perception of Portland in the news, and that's impacted a lot of recruiting efforts recently. So we have a conversation coming up very soon in the next couple of weeks with the mayor, as well as city staff. We've also been developing resources for tech companies and the broader community to deal with COVID-19 related to disruptions from that and the government-imposed shutdowns, including remote work and learning environments. And so stay tuned for some more resources coming from us this fall and into 2021 on that front. Representing the region's tech industry in the state of Oregon's Futures Commission is also something that we'll be doing in the coming months, and a report will be issued to the governor and to the state more broadly in March from that commission. And this is a 10-year plan for innovation for the state. So we'll be soliciting information and input from all of our members in the coming months on that front. So we want to thank you for joining us this morning, and we encourage you to stay for another 20 minutes or so to do some networking. Riley, would you like to tell us how the mixes are going to work?
I can definitely do that, Skip. Thanks to everyone for joining us this morning, and especially to our presenting sponsor, RFPIO. TIO has been using a tool called Mixtros for a few years now at our in-person events. You might have seen it at our kickoff and impact parties in January of the last 2 years. And we're really excited to be able to feature their new virtual experience today. So we ask you to follow the link which is being placed in the chat box by Elizabeth Allen on our team. You can start logging in now on either a handheld device by downloading the Mixtros app or on your desktop. You can just follow that link directly. You'll be able to connect via video screen on this platform and share your contact information using the chat function. There'll be icebreaker questions and data about your groups available by clicking the menu icon with the 3 dots at the top of the screen. Once you get logged in, they'll be asking you 10 questions, and then Mixtros will place you in a group with other participants who answered questions similarly or dissimilarly to you. Once you've logged into Mixtros, feel free to close down the Zoom browser. We won't be coming back together as a group after we move into Mixtros. So enjoy meeting a few new folks, and we look forward to seeing you all again in the near future.